Do you know how a final construction set of drawings for a beach home in Nicaragua looks like? If you are planning to build your dream beach home in Nicaragua, stay until the end of the video because I'm going to be showing you all the drawings you need for a successful beach home here in Nicaragua. What I have here on my desktop is the final result for a premium design for one of the best spots in San Juan del Sur to live full time. This is what a premium architectural package really looks like. Okay, I present to my clients the drawings in this format. This is the large format for the drawings that the City Hall is requesting for permits. We have the cover of the drawings when you can see the interior renderings, the name of the house, the location of the house, also the main rendering for the main facade in the golden hour. I love the golden hour, and the year, also the year. And finally, we have all the professionals involved in this project. I mean myself and the rest of the engineers. Okay, this is very important because the City Hall requests the signature and the stamps for everyone involved in the project, because each professional has a proper license to carry out a designing process. So we have the architecture. If you have been following me for a while, you know that the architecture is the essential part of a beach home. So what you have here is the site plan. In the site plan, I am showing the elements of the project. For example, the main house, the pool deck, the carport area / storage area, the main access from, the main road of the development. Also, I am presenting all the setbacks and every point of the polygon of the property lines as well. And this is very important, and the setbacks are very important in order to be following the regulations of the development. Sometimes when you are requesting the CUS, which is the first permit before starting the designing process, the HOA has other regulations. But what is, priority is the HOA, because each development have its own rules. So we have the index over here with all the sheets, okay? Architecture, electrical, structure, plumbing, and finally earth movement. We have here all the general information, the owner, the location, the lot number, the lot area, construction system, structural system, maximum height, and the symbology of each symbol on the drawings. This way the contractor or the clients can know every specification in the architecture. So we have also the floor plans with all the dimensions, because as I mentioned before, this is what the contractor is going to have in his power in order to have the proper execution of the project. So every dimension is very important. And obviously this is the printed version, but my client and the contractor should have the digital version as well. And as you can see, this drawing has my signature and my stamp. This is very important for permit. Again, if you don't submit a drawing with the architect license or the architect's signature, your project is going to be rejected. Okay, very important that. And also we have the roof plan. This is a slab because we wanted to keep a thinner, roof line in the very front of the house. I mean the main facade. Also we have the roof plan for the carport area and other details. These are enlarged details of every point on the roof. Okay, the gutters, the type of roof, the connections, the slopes, and etc. These are the ceiling plans. In these drawings, we can see the type of ceiling. We can say if we are going to be using a wooden ceiling or just a simple drywall. For a beach home very close to the ocean, I do recommend to use drywall, the moist resistant one. And also we can use wood, but you need to be careful with the maintenance. Also, we have here in the carport area, we don't have roof. We decided not installing ceiling here because it's just like a carport. We can invest that money in better furniture for the main house, for example. So we have the ground floor and the first floor area. And also we have a chart for the symbology of the every light, every recessed can light, and also the ceiling fans, some details, for example this soffit, okay, with all the dimensions. This is very important to have the dimensions. And over here all the architectural elevations, all the views, okay, the main facade, I mean the north, south, east and west facades, all the specifications. We love to specify everything. This way everyone is on the same page. We have also architectural sections. We are sectioning the house from so many directions. This way we have more info to show to the contractor, more architectural sections. Also we have enlarged details for the doors, the sliding doors. As you know, we need to take advantage of the really nice view, so we are proposing panoramic sliding doors, a lot of glass around the house, and we have reflected all the dimensions for that sliding doors. Also we have the details of the contemporary staircase design. We are using cables instead of using, railings or glass railings, for example. And yeah, I love the design of floating steps, the effect that the steps are floating and using wood as the finish. That's really nice. And also underneath the staircase we have a portion of that space for the powder room. Okay, so we are trying to keep the privacy for the visitors using the toilet. And over here we have the pool details. Okay, all the pools need to be built using concrete and rebar. That's very important. The water is really heavy, okay, really heavy, so we need to use monolithic concrete. And I love this pool because it's not a huge pool, but its length is really nice. We can stay, swimming or drinking a toña or flor de caña and looking towards the San Juan del Sur Bay. So here we have all the dimensions, all the specifications. This is a infinity effect pool, which is phenomenal in that spot of San Juan del Sur. This house is going to be built in Pacific Marlin, so you will see the combination of the water with the ocean. That is going to be amazing. So we have all the specifications even for the steps and the pool finish. We are using diamond bright onyx color, which is something darker, but it matches perfectly with the look of the house, which is a contemporary look. And also we have a floor plan just for the furniture. We have built-in furniture and movable furniture, so everything is here using a code. This way when our client is going to buy the furniture, couches, beds and etc., they already know the dimensions that they need to respect in order to fit everything in the design. Also we have more windows and doors details. This is very important. This is the flooring plan when we are showing the type of tiles that the contractor needs to install in the house, and we have highlighted the start of the pieces. I mean, the contractor needs to start the installation of the pieces from this point in order to have the best look and avoid, wasting material. That's very important. So yeah, we have paving stones for the carport area and a fake wooden tile look for the rest of the house. And in the pool deck we are using a special material called Pleisant deck, which looks like wood but it's not real wood. Okay, it's a material based on cement. So we have here the finishes floor plans when we are using these codes, and if you go to this chart you will see which finish is representing every code. For example, it's just a regular paint, or if we are going to be using cladding stones or wood or a special tile on the walls. So that's very important. Also we have here a catalog of all the walls and when its dimensions. Okay, this is very important in order to achieve the right thicknesses of the walls. This is a special floor plan when we are reflecting all the areas. Okay, we are showing all the areas for quotation processes. This is the landscaping site plan. We are proposing all the plants or the grass and etc. I'm really love to use Katarina plants. In other videos, I have showed you this amazing place. If you want to see that video, you can use this card. And yeah, we have a chart showing all the species of the plants over here with its name. So this way is easily for the contractor to find them. Also, we have enlarged views for the kitchen and also all the internal views around, and also a 3D model. And my team and I love to specify everything, even the appliances, the lighting features, plumbing features, the cabinetry, all the dimensions are here, okay? Also the same for the laundry room. This is the laundry room with all the specifications. We have the master bathroom as well, the secondary bathrooms. We have also details for the closets, the cabinetry of the whole project, and other details just like the road, the paving stones, retaining walls around, and etc. Yeah, 3D views of the master bedroom, and internal 3D views of the bathrooms, the master bathroom, the laundry, the secondary bathrooms. And finally, for architecture, we have the exterior 3D views, okay? To have a clear vision of the whole project, architecturally talking. Okay, now we have the structural drawings. This is the 3D model of the structural analysis, the signature and the stamps from the structural engineer, my structural engineer. We have general notes about how to carry out the structural phase in construction. And over here, we can see the foundations plan, okay? We can see all the footings, isolated footprints, continuous footprints as well, the structure of the pool. And over here, we have details of the footings, the rebar, and how the rebar is connected each other, the connections between the metal structure versus the concrete structure plus rebar. Also, we have the structural details of the staircase. We are combined the metal structure of this element with concrete over here. Also the structure for the pool, the depth that we need to respect in construction to have the best performance of the pool structure. As you can see, we have a mesh over here, which is structural, it's rebar. And also we have a chart for all the concrete sections with its dimensions. We have the structural elevations. We are using masonry over here combined with concrete beams, concrete columns. That's the best for a high-end home. Remember that, because this type of construction needs to last. Also, we have the structural plan for the first level. So this is going to be a slab, and the structure is based on metal, okay? All the metal profiles. This is lighter and easier to install, but watch out, we need to use a special paint for that because we are very close to the ocean and the thicknesses of this structure needs to be stronger. So we have here the slabs and all the structural connections, the metal connections with the plate, you know, the welding specifications and everything. We have more details. This house is huge, so we need to create a lot of details, okay? Structural connections between the metal and the concrete. We have more elevations, structural elevations, all with, we are describing the levels, the height, okay, the axis, the metal specifications. And finally, this is the structural roof plan. We are using a slab. This is a special slab called M2. This is lighter and this avoids the heat from the exterior. We are taking advantage of that because we are going to be installing a solar panel system on it. And we have more charts with structural concrete beams over here and also the metal beams over here. These are W beams, okay? And now we have all the plumbing networks, okay? We are watching right now the cold water and hot water networks, the drainage networks, the septic system lines as well. I love to see all the connections, all the networks in a single plan. This way is easier for the contractor and for us to see if we have any mistake, okay, with, you know, crossing some water lines or whatever. So we have here the general notes of the hot water, the cold water, the drainages, the drains, and this is the cold water or potable water, you know, connections and lines. We are using all the network outside to avoid, you know, if for example in the future you have to fix a connection of the network, we don't have to remove the tile on the floor and etc. So I love to have all around everything with the plumbing engineer signatures plus stamps. We have enlarged views as well. This is very important to have a better comprehension of what's going on inside the plumbing features, faucets, the toilet, the sinks. Yeah, we have more enlarged views over here, and this is a 3D view of the network matching with the 3D of the house. This way is easier to understand, for example, the water heater positions, the water heater connections, the water heater locations, and also the water cisterns over here. I do recommend to use at least 2 water cisterns because during the dry season this could be hard, you know. And over here we have the water cistern details. I do recommend to build a protection, a cinder block protection all around for warranty purposes, you know. And also we have all the details, for example, the toilet installation, the sinks installation, the garden faucet installation, the water heater installation. By the way, I do recommend to install a propane water heater instead using the electrical one. And over here we have the septic system network. I like to separate the gray water from the water coming from the toilets because in the future we can use that gray water to keep the greenery and lush of the garden within a special filtration system, okay? And over here we have the septic and FAFA, which is a filter, and finally the leach field, okay? This is very important. This is what it works in San Juan del Sur area. Again, the last one was the ground floor, and this is the first floor septic system network. Okay, we have dump pipes for the drains, you know, gray water and the water coming from the toilets, and also we have enlarged views for that. In these enlarged views you can see the thicknesses of the pipes as well. This way we can really know how to fit everything to have a perfect system, okay? More enlarged views from every bathroom, every, you know, from the laundry room as well. And this is a schematic 3D view when I'm showing you the septic system, okay, and the leach field, okay? This is really important. And those are the vents, okay? Those pipes are the vents that are going to the top of the roof in order to avoid any bad smell. More details on how to install the septic system, the filtration system that is going to the leach field. Oh, these are the propane lines as well, because we need a proper propane network in order to have a safe house. Talking about the range, you know, the barbecue, the gas water heater as well. And finally, these are the drains, okay, for the rainwater. These are all the pipes that are recollecting the rainwater. And for your information, we have neighbors below, neighbors on this side, and the only way that we can avoid any issue, I mean, we cannot throw the rainwater to your neighbors by the law. So what we usually do is a infiltration well, and then when this well is full, we have another system that is throwing the extra water to the street, but it's not a lot of water. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, this is the same, all the drains for the rainwater evacuation. So here you can see another 3D view of that rainwater system, and this is the infiltration well. All the drains, all the details for the drains, for the pool, the balconies, and etc. are here. This is in a special detail for the infiltration well. And right now I'm showing you the electrical drawings. This is a schematic view of the main panel, and we are showing all the diagram. We are connected from the public power grid, okay? But also we have leave the connections for the solar panel system in the future, because I do recommend to use at least a hybrid system, okay? 50 and 50. So we have all the breakers, all the protections over here. This is very important to have the best guidance for the electrician. Also, we have here the calculations, all the electrical calculations, all the loads are balanced in this chart. And over here we have the position of all the lights, all the ceiling fans, the recessed can lights, the symbology of every light switches as well. It's very important to have the right position of the light switches, because every person is different. We have different routines when we are waking up, or if we love to read, or if we don't like to read. So it's very important, the position. So for that reason, I carry out a Zoom meeting with my clients, or a face-to-face meeting, in order to place the right light switches position. So this is the first floor, again, with all the lights, all the light switches position. Okay, this is very important. Okay, this is a special detail for the pump for the pool, the pump for the water cisterns as well, the filter and etc. is here, okay, in order to show to the contractor the right pipes installation, the bulbs and etc. Also, we have enlarged views with showing to the electrician the right position in terms of height of the light switches and all the lights as well. The same over here. For example, here in the kitchen, I showing to the electrician the right position for the outlet, for the range, for the hood, and other, secondary outlets over here. Also here in the bedroom number 2, the right position for every outlet and every light switch, and also the switch for the ceiling fans. And this is the AC unit floor plan. I'm using here a cassette version, one direction, because as you know, the thicknesses of the roof is low. So I need to use this to avoid any ugly, split AC unit. And also we have the position of the condensers. These condensers are hooked in the wall of the carport area, okay? And finally, we have a diagram for the future generator, okay? This is very important as well, because at some point the batteries during the winter season can get down, so we can say we have a second backup. Yeah, we have more views for the correct installation of the light switches and etc. And also we have the earth movement. The earth movement needs to be calculated by my civil engineer. He is going to be calculating of the cuts and the places that we need to fill with new dirt from a mine. So that needs to be calculated in order to know how many machines do we need to carry out the construction process, because the cost of the machinery is calculated based on the amount of dirt that we need to move. Yeah, and finally, this is the last drawing, okay? We are showing to the contractor, which is red is what we need to cut and get rid of. And yeah, basically this is the set of drawings that we need for a premium home in Nicaragua. But this is not the end. We need to deliver also these documents, which are reports. I used to give to my clients all the reports in this bag with my logo. This is my personal logo as an architect. And over here, we have a smaller version. And this way, my clients can review the drawings more comfortable. If they want to drink a cup of coffee, or if they are going to the bed, they can read easily the drawings. Okay, this is really nice. We have the same that we have in the large version here. Yeah, and also we have all the reports. This is the bioclimatic report. In this document, you will see all the calculations that my team made in order to have a really nice, shaded area, for example, because we need to avoid the sun directly to the interior of the home. The wind calculation as well. How good are the air renovations inside the home to avoid, to use a lot the AC units. This is the structural report, okay, where my structural engineer was calculating all the loads, all the structural connections. Really important as well, because this is the theory of what we have designed. And also we have the plumbing report as well, where we can see all the calculations for, for the pump of the pool, the pump for the water cisterns, the diameter of every pipe is reflected here in this document. And also the electrical report, when we have calculated all the loads, the lights, the outlets, the appliances, how many solar panels will the house need. And finally, all the licenses of my team. The city hall is going to be requesting this in order to give you the construction permits. If you don't have the licenses, you won't have the permits. And everything needs to be in this pen drive. All the digital version is very important because sometimes the contractor needs to reply, another set of drawings, a printed version, obviously. So this is very important. Okay, this is what you need to get from an architect when you are planning to design and build a premium home in Nicaragua. If you have any question regarding what you have seen in this video, please let me know in the comments below. I will be answering all the comments, as always. I am Raul Lopez, an architect based in San Juan del Sur, Nicaragua, specialized in beach homes. And this is how we design and build beach homes in the Pacific coast of Nicaragua. If this video was useful for you, please subscribe to my channel and hit the like button. If you want to know how does it cost to build a home in Nicaragua, you can watch this video. Or if you want to watch the previous video, you can follow this one. Thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.